Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ajax You Save. So overnight I have done the pre-season. Uh, and we actually did have some Champions League qualification games to play, which I'll show you shortly. So we should go through the friendlies and see how things went. Now, I'll show you the tactics we were playing. It was three at the back. A defensive midfielder to act as a fourth centre back to bridge the gap between the defence and the midfield. And then the normal attack you will see from a 4-2-3-1 formation. I noticed a few defensive vulnerabilities, but for the most part it was fairly solid at the back. Especially when we got used to the formation towards the end of the friendlies and the Champions League qualification games. So the first friendly we played was against young Ajax, the sort of youth team, the B team, and that ended 1-1, which was both good and bad. It was good to see the youth players do well against our main side and to actually show them a good game. But it was disappointing that our main team couldn't do more against the youth side. Nuri scored for us, and the youngster Frankie de Jong scored for young Ajax. And he looks very good and has potential actually. Another player that we signed at a young age, seems that that's what Ajax do. And then we came up against Spakenburg in the next friendly away from home, and we won 2-1. El Ghazi and Cassiera getting us the goals, and Keys Pierre Toll scored for Spakenburg. Yeah, I was disappointed considering we dominated so much to concede that early goal from them. And then we played NAC, who are in our league, or the league below, one or the other. And we won 2-1 again, 2 early goals from Cassiera. But we conceded a late goal from the one shot they had, which should not have happened really. Again, it was showing our defensive weaknesses. And then against SC Bastia, we won 3-1 away from home, with Westerman, Bazoa and Gudauj scoring. Raspentino actually scored for them to make it 1-1 early on in the game. It was a very even game, but we just took our chances better, which was good to see. And then FC Nantes, who are a decent French team, we won 2-1. Cassiera scoring both goals again. It was good to see him getting a nice amount of goals in pre-season. Stepinski scored for Nantes. I think that's how you say her name. We dominated the game and we got a victory which we deserved. And that's friendly. It was our only defeat of pre-season against Crystal Palace. We dominated the game and did not take our chances, unfortunately, and they did. So while I don't think we deserved to lose, we did, and we looked at the mistakes we made for that one in the following games, especially against PAOK in the Champions Cup Best Place qualification, which we played them next. And the first game was away from home, and it was a fairly even game again. We had a few more shots, the possession was 50-50, and we actually won with a late goal from Burton Traore, and I'll show you that one when it loads. Okay. Well, that did not work, so here we go. Again, I'm not sure about the three at the back. It doesn't feel like it's the strongest sort of defensive formation out there. But on the attack, we do certainly look like a threat. Traore there. Not a big fan of him. obviously he's in on loan, and yeah, he's not a great player. And of course, because he's on loan, we can't sign him permanently, and I just don't see a need for him in the team. Trying not to play him as much as possible, but occasionally he is a good solid player for the season to fill in any gaps we've got in the team through injuries and suspensions. And actually, we did have a lot of injuries in pre-season. Next up was against Galatasaray, the Turkish team, and we actually won that game 1-0. Emin Younus scored a goal after Sean got injured earlier on in the game. Again, a fairly even game, but we had a few more shots and we took a chance. So it was going to see us beat a fairly solid team, including the likes of Lucas Podolski, Nigel de Jong, and Sigborsson. And then we had the second leg of the Champions League Best Place qualification against PAOK, and we won 2-0 at home. Again, we didn't dominate possession, but we did dominate the shots, which was what we usually do, well, we have done for the pre-season. Zivkovic scored the first. Right. Okay, well, highlights aren't working, but Zivkovic scored the first, and then one of their players actually ended up scoring an own goal. So today we are at the first game of the season against SC Utrecht, who are a fairly solid team. Yeah, usually around mid-table, top half of the table, and again, no one really outstanding, or anyone that I've really heard of that too much in the first team squad. But from the recent finishes, they could be a tough team, especially against our three at the back. So the lineup we're going with is pretty much this. So Boa in goal. He's had a fairly solid pre-season. And then the back three that we've kept for most of pre-season really, Riederwald, Westerman and Veltman. Veltman probably the standout player of this defence. He's improving a lot as well, which is good to see. But Riederwald has been really good too. Just hasn't improved as much, but of course a few years younger. Westerman adds a bit of experience to what is a young defence. But of course, it starting to go down a little bit, which could be an issue in future seasons. We're going with Bazoa in the defensive midfield spot. We need a very good player there, and he is a very good player. So hopefully he can work well there. He doesn't like. He wants to be a deep lying playmaker, but I don't really want to play a deep lying playmaker there at this moment in time. In midfield, we're actually going to change that around. We're going to play Goodeld and Van der Beek. Actually, Van der Beek is one of the two players that we brought in from the youth, well, from the B team, because he looks very good. Doesn't look like he's going to be a standout player this season, but within the next few seasons, he plays a lot this season. He could be a very, very good player. On the right wing, we got El Ghazi. Again, a player that he's improving a lot, which is, it's good to see. But of course, with him improving that much and becoming a very good player, I get the feeling that big clubs could be sniffing around for him very soon. In central attacking midfield, we have a few injuries with Davy Claassen, Bertrand Traore and Lasse Skåne all out. So we went with Nuri. Again, not as... I don't really want to play him as an attacking midfielder centre. I'd rather have him as a midfield centre. But he hasn't really excelled in pre-season either. But we don't have many options there. And in terms of fitness, it's not looking too good. On the left wing, we've got Hakim Ziyech, a player that was most certainly always going to start the first game of the season. He looks outstanding as a player, and it'll be interesting to see if we can keep a hold of him. Of course, he's only 23 years old. And Zivkovic was the second player to come in from the B team. Again, I saw, and we had to recall him from his loan actually from young Ajax, and then we put him into. He's come straight into the first team. Of course, Cassiera is on the bench. Cassiera did have a very good pre-season actually, scoring 5 goals in 4 starts and 2 sub appearances. He's off the bench for the first game of the season because Zivkovic, while he didn't play that much and wasn't outstanding in pre-season, he did actually do quite well in the Champions League games where he scored a goal and had a Player of the Match award. So that's the lineup we are going with for today. On the bench we got Cerny, Villageva, Singgraven, Nunnally, Serrero, Cassiera, Dolberg, Tetty, Sanchez and Mitchell Dykes. Pretty much everyone that's not injured. So yeah, we're gonna see how this game will go. I think El Ghazi is our star player. I would have to agree with that one. I don't know why I let the assistant. I always let the assistant have the first say, and more often than not, he doesn't do great. And we asked him to do the individual team talks. He doesn't do any. So here we are in the first game of the season. Actually, the first game recorded. So let's hope we can get off to a winning start. First major highlight here. Start off as Les, but now Van der Beek. Interesting free ball there. I don't know what the defense was doing. Well, tackling our striker by the looks of things. For anyone wondering, at half time I'll show you the instructions that we're using with this tactic. But I get a feeling there may be no point because after this episode we'll probably be changing it because we've just went a goal down within 15 minutes. It's not a great start, is it really? Oh, looking on the right hand side there, PSV have also went a goal down. So maybe it's an average start. I don't know. Again, I don't know what the goalkeeper was doing. He probably forgot he left the oven on. It's not been an amazing start. El Ghazi to Veltman. I don't know why Veltman is starting to play as a striker, but we're not going to argue. And we're back in the game. It is 1-1 Bazoa. He's going to be a key player for us this season, especially in that defensive midfield role. Not the player that I would have put the money on to score the first goal of the season for the club, though. Again, no one marking him. At least the keeper decided to stay in their goal. That's what I can say. I can't help but notice actually that Herenveen, if that's their name, have took a 4-0 lead against PEC's Wall. So just while I remember, I'll show you the instructions. We're playing on a higher tempo, a balanced width. I don't usually mess around with this because if we play too wide, we get destroyed down the centre. If we play it too narrow, we get destroyed down the wings. Just keep it balanced. Because we're playing further back, I've put the defensive line slightly higher. We're using an offside trap and close down less. I don't want one of the defenders to run off to go close someone down and then to leave 2 at the back. When the ball gets passed away, we'll be down it'll be like our 2 centre backs against 4 attacking players, which is not what we want. Pass into space over retained possession. I used to use retained possession a lot on Football Manager, but it really slows down the attacks and can often lead to a lot of nil-nil draws. More direct passing, because we're playing a high tempo, we want to get the ball passed around a lot. Work the ball into the box and to run out the defence. And also we're going to use tighter marking just for corners and set pieces and stuff to make sure we're on our own man and therefore stop any poor defensive errors, hopefully. So that is that. And we kick off the second half here. And hopefully we can get back into the game. I have noticed a PSV have equalised against Groningen. I'm guessing that is Luke de Jong. Not convinced by that. It's not going great, so we're gonna make a substitution. We're gonna bring on Nunnally for his first ever appearance and Singraven. Neither of which are match fit. Their fitness levels aren't great, but may as well give them a chance. And fitness levels on the pitch are much better. Good defensive header by Westerman, and they've got through, and we are a goal down. 2-1 to Utrecht now, and we're gonna make our final substitution. I think we're gonna bring Kassiev for Zivkovic. In fact, no, we are not. We're gonna bring on Dahlberg for Ziyech, because Ziyech is not looking good on the fitness levels. It's not going great. It's not the debut that I hoped for. And they've got another highlight here, which means it could end up being 3-1 before I know it. Although, Nunnally to Zivkovic. Back to Nunnally. To Zivkovic. Come on. Out to Bazoa. Is he going to get us? Van der Beek. Zivkovic. Singraven, and it's 2-2. Honestly, I would take a draw right now. It's not the best result in the world, but it's better than a 2-1 defeat. I have the board trying to sack me in a few games if I'm not careful. But my substitution scored, so I'll take the credit for that goal. Looks like it's going to end as a 2-2 draw unless they get something from this attacking chance here. Veltman with a good tackle and another tackle. Haller still on the ball. And yeah, it's going to get cleared away. And there is the full-time whistle. A 2-2 draw, not great. I might promote a few more youth players into the main team or try and offload someone. I didn't tell you about the transfers earlier, but actually, if we go to the transfers and look at transfer history, no transfers were made. No one came in. We didn't receive any transfer bids for any of our players, and of course, we didn't want to make any transfers because we can't at the moment. There's no under 18-year-olds that I was going to pick up. I was going to wait for regens to come along. So, yeah, at the end of the first game, it is 2-2. So we've got Fenerud next, and then S01. I think next episode will be against Rostov, the second leg at home, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, technically 5 games away, and that'll be tomorrow's episode. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. And if you didn't, I should mention at the start, if you didn't see the last episode, then you should go watch it before this. Well, go watch it now if you haven't watched it, alright? And, yeah, I hope to see you next time. Goodbye and thank you for watching.